Good evening. Hello. Thank you very much for joining me. Good evening, Mr. Suspicious. Davida, good evening. Good to see you in. Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to another live event from TOGA Motorsport. We are back and this is the final race of this championship. We have quite a cliffhanger to finish on. We weren't sure if Kiko Gallo was going to make it, but I believe he is. Kiko and Owen are battling for the championship. So let's have a little look at the standings. Just bear with me a second, I thought it was prepared. Right, okay, let's have a look at the GT3 first. Oh, let's make that look a little bit better. There we go, that looks a little bit better. Okay, so if you have just joined us and this is the first time seeing the championship, I will explain everything as we go along also. So for the GT3s, which should be on your screen at the moment, Owen Cripps with 111 points, Kiko Gallo with 106. So these are the two people who are fighting. Fernando, good evening. How you doing, Elias? These two are fighting tooth and nail. They have fought all the way through this championship. You can see as it reads, Owen had a P2 in the first and second round and a P1 at Watkins Glen. Kiko had P1 and P1 for round 1 and round 2 and P4 for round 3. So there is 5 points in it. Cheers! Good to see you in the chat. Thank you very much for the support. Everybody who's in the chat, could you just absolutely smash that like button for me, please? It would really do me a huge favour. So, Peter Romeo, who is 9 points ahead in P3 with his Aston Martin. Now, Peter has a good knowledge of Silverstone and races with us regularly, so it's going to be interesting watching him. P4, we've got Dries Verhulst in the Lamborghini. He has 60 points. We've got Samuel Brackstad in P5 with 56 points. P6, we've got Carlo Dorazio with 54 points in his Ferrari 296. Dean Perez disqualified. He's, I don't believe he's taken part. Craig Stewart is sitting in P8 with the 296 with 43 points. We've got Matteo Lorenzetti with 32 points in P9 and Remy Lammers in P10 with 32 points. It's very, very close, this entire championship, so it's all to play for in many different sections of the top 10. You can see how close it's been. We are going to go on to the GT4 now and have a look at that. That's going to be all over the place as well. Oh dear, I really should have someone to do this for me. So, the GT4s, first place we've got Lucas Lichten with 106 points. Now 12 points behind is Gasolina with a KTM. P3 we've got Callum Jones. Now Callum had a great race at Watkins Glen and also in his second round as well. It's just unfortunate the first round messed him up, but he's sitting with 85 points in third position. We've got Graham Potter in the McLaren 570 with 68 points. We've got our very own Julius, not Julian, he is Julius, I do promise you, in the Mercedes AMG with 58 points in P5. Elias Fernando in P6 with the Porsche Cayman, 54 points. Maya Van Dijk in P7 with the Ginetta, 54 points. Ollie with the Aston Martin in P8 with 48 points. Our very own Mr. Hood, Mr. CEO, in P9 with the Chevrolet Camaro. He's a brave man, 42 points. And then 10th place we've got Fabio Bellini with a KTM with 30 points. And again, it's all very, very close. So it is, but we will be keeping an eye on the GT4s as much as we can. So that is the standings for this evening's race. It's all to play for, it's all to win, it's all to lose. And I'm just having a look. Yep, Kiko Gallo is in the server, as is Davida, as is Elias. Lichten is also in. Peter Romeo, we've got Ollie, we've got Owen, we've got our very own Mr. Wolf, who is our head steward. Yeah, so this is just gonna be awesome. So it is. I hope you're looking forward to it. So a couple of things before we start. I always say this, and I apologise, but hopefully you understand where I'm coming from. Please smash that like button. If you're not already subscribed and you're new to the channel, welcome in. It's nice to have you here. Hit that subscribe button. It costs you nothing, but it helps the channel and it helps the community. Absolutely no end at all. You can also become a member for £2.99. That's British pounds. I don't know what the conversion is for euros. To become a member, which gives you exclusive access to members only things. With all that being said, we also have our Discord link in the description below. If you're not already a member, we are a very friendly racing community. We all love sim racing. And we have varying degrees of skills, from rookies just starting out in their ACC journey to alien-like speeds and times. We also offer custom liveries from our very own area. And we also have driver coaching from the man who's vying for his P1 championship, which is Owen Cripps. So all that is out of the way. We can enjoy the good stuff now. So we can. Let me know below in the chat, who do you think is going to win out of Kiko Gallo and Owen Cripps? It's been so close, it is actually difficult to call. So it is. Free practice is finishing, so there's 24 minutes. Steve, good evening, how are you? This is some straight switch. Camaro is going to lay some rubber heading on to. Steve, I absolutely love your optimism. You're driving a very difficult car in a GT4 class, and you're turning up every week, and you're showing up and putting on the tyres to lay some rubber down, so it's awesome. Good to see you in the chat. Hope you're well. So it's 24 minutes qualifying. The first so the first 12 minutes will be GT4 only. So GT3s will sit in the pits, make sure they've got setups ready while GT4s are out battling for the pole position. If the GT4 car crosses at 9 minutes and 59 seconds, they are allowed to finish that lap. If they cross the line at 10 minutes or after, they must return to the pits immediately to allow the GT3s to go out, and they've got 12 minutes to lay down their best times. We also have a red flag. So at the start of the race, if we have a crash with a quarter of the grid who have spun, been disabled, or completely at a standstill, there will be a red flag which will show up. All the cars will then be told in the in-game chat. They'll then be told they will return to the pits at a slower pace, so there's no more crashing and bumping going on. And then the race will restart from the formation lap again. Now, there's only one red flag, because again we could probably go all night at some times. So yeah, one red flag. If the same situation happens in the second attempt, it's just unfortunate and you need to get on with it. So it is. Steve, you're good. Racing in a slipper tonight. Oh, you absolute legend. Have you got a smoking jacket on as well and a cigar sitting at the side? No practice, but you tried to hang on. I just love your enthusiasm, Steve. See if your car ran on enthusiasm, it'd be awesome. Julius, good evening. I hope you're feeling a lot bit better, my friend. It's good to see you in the chat. Good luck for tonight. Peter Romeo, no, sir, you are the legend. We will be keeping a very close eye on you and how you're doing tonight. I hope you're well, Peter. Davida, good luck. GT4 for quali. Absolutely, good luck to everybody. Kiko, how are you? Hello, everyone. Hope you all have a nice race. Good luck tonight, Kiko. Good luck between you and Crips. So, this is going to be interesting, so it is. But yes, absolutely, it's great to see so many of you in the chat. It really does warm the cockles of my heart. So it does. I don't know why it's cockles in my heart, but you know, these things happen. So that is the format tonight. We've got the GT4s out just now, and we've actually got a good showing of GT4s tonight, which I am super happy to see. The multi-class would not work if there wasn't enough GT4s in it, so I absolutely love it. So, I believe Mr. Potter is the first to cross the line. He is indeed. So he's now starting his first flying lap in the McLaren. And again, Silverstone, I'm not even doing a map show of Silverstone. We all know what Silverstone looks like, hopefully. If you don't, then please go and have a quick look on Wikipedia or something. Peter, good luck to Owen and Kiko for the title. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And good luck to you for P3. That P3 is very well earned. So it is. Yeah, so Silverstone, beautiful track. It's overcast. It's 38 degrees on track at the moment with air temperature of 31 degrees. There's no wind. Track is optimum. This is set up beautifully for an absolute blast of a final race tonight. You hope so? Your pace is bad? Oh, Peter, I've got my fingers crossed for you. Kiko, thank you. Romeo, have a good one for you, mate. Let's see what happens. It's going to be very exciting. It is absolutely going to be off the charts. All of the championships we have hosted at TOGA have all been so close. They've all, the ones I've experienced have all went down to the final race. And for that just oozes excitement, I'm afraid. So it is. It's super nice. As I say, the GT4s, if we didn't have the GT4s, obviously there wouldn't be multi-class. And I don't think you would have as an exciting a race. And certainly from commentary point of view, it's mad trying to keep up with everything that's going on. So I do apologise if I'm not showing as much GT4 as possible. But I'm sure you can understand that there's battles going on all over the place, and I cannot keep an eye on all 24 cars. 24 cars, that is a lot. So Mr. Potter crossing over the line, he's going to set the first fastest lap with a 2:11.5. Immediately pipped by Jones with a 2:10.110. So Jones really laying down the gauntlet tonight. Unfortunately sitting in P3, but regardless, he's had sterling drives. If he didn't have that bad luck in the first race, I think he would have been top or certainly vying for first place. So we've got Elias Fernando, who's come over the line with a 2:12.9. In fact, Ollie has now just went into P4. Excuse me. You've got Jamson in the Mercedes. He's now in P3. I can't even keep up with all the times that's going on. But everybody apart from Van Dijk and Potter are improving on their last times. So they are. Mr. Wolf in the Porsche. Looking good. And he's popped in because there was a couple of dropouts for tonight's race. Obviously, real life has to take precedence. Family, health, and everything else comes first. Yeah, Wolf has come in to do a one-off race for tonight. So he has. So I want to keep an eye on Jones now. He did go immediately back to the pits after completing his flying lap. So was he changing something in the setup? Was he changing tyre pressures? Who knows? We might know by the end of it. There will also be near halfway nearer the end of the race, there's going to be a driver of the day, and I'm going to choose 2 drivers from GT3 and 2 drivers from GT4, and it's going to be up to you, the viewers, to decide who is the driver of the day for GT3 and GT4. It might not necessarily just be P1 and P2 in both classes. If you watched the Rookie Wednesday Championship last night, we chose a couple of drivers who didn't come in the first P1 or P2. And again, Jones just starting to try and get heat into those tyres. Although the track is hot, it's overcast. So if you don't keep an eye on your tyres, the heat and the tyre pressure will just leave. So it will. You can see how much he's trying to get his brakes and his tyres het up. So at the moment, the top 5 we have Jones P1, Potter P2, Lichten P3, Jamson P4 and Van Dijk in P5. We have got 10 GT4 cars. That is absolutely amazing. And the GT3 cars will be all sitting, waiting and champing at the bit to get out there. Possibly more time to get themselves mentally ready for the race and the qualifying. And again, you can see Jones just trying to get his heat into his brakes. Obviously, it's not heavy braking into turn 1, but there is a tap of the brakes. So you'd rather your brakes were hot and ready to go than cold and there's no bite to them at all. So here he goes. He's going to start his next flying lap flat out over the start finish. And at the moment, he's not being challenged by anyone. Lichten at the moment is almost 1 second faster. He is now 1 second faster, but that's still not going to be enough to put him into P1. It wouldn't even be enough to put him into P2. So Lichten really on a fight tonight for his championship. Oh, Jones doing a bit of drifting round the corner as well. I'm pretty sure that wasn't intentional. He'd much rather be pointing the car in the direction he wants to go. Not many people actually are improving. Van Dijk's improving. Fernando is still in the pits. Steve Hood has put that Camaro up into P8 at the moment. He's improving. Wolf is improving. And Bellini in the KTM is unfortunately not improving. So I don't know if he has a little bit of traffic or he's just trying to get that car set up for the flying lap. But let's go back to... let's go here. We'll get a better view of the apex and exits of this Ginetta, as he's using every part of the track here, trying to extract everything he can, but he's almost 3 seconds slower than his fastest lap at the moment. Nice wide turn, trying to get as much of a straight line out of the corner to get onto the start finish straight. So he is going to try and set himself up for another run. You can hear the Ginetta engine absolutely screaming. You can see how much... Oh, and that's another invalid lap for Jones. So he's running out of time. He doesn't technically need to set another fastest lap, but if he leaves it to chance, he could end up not being in P1 for the qualifying results. And here we go with the Camaro. Thing sounds amazing. It really does. Big wide turn. A little cheeky flash of the headlights there as well from Mr. Hood as he absolutely lays flat that Camaro to see what happens. Lichten has improved slightly, but there is over a second between Jones and Potter at the moment, P1 and P2. Is this... Oh, poor Steve. That car is... that car is a handful in the best of days. So it is. So let's see Potter. Potter is now on to a faster lap, but he's... Again, it's a lot to try. Oh, he's just trying to extract every possible bit of tarmac and performance out of that McLaren just now. It's a beautiful livery that he's got in that McLaren. But again, unfortunately, he's not able to improve. Your top 10 at the moment, got Jones in pole position at the moment. Potter is in P2. Licht in P3 with his McLaren. Van Dijk in P4. Rosenfeld P5. Jamson in P6. Ollie Shakespeare, or just as Ollie as we know him, in P7 with his Aston Martin. We've got Elias Fernando in P8. We've got Wolf in P9. And Steve Hood P10. In fact, there's 11 GT4s. And Bellini in P11. At the moment, there is a little bit of improvement for some people. Jones is 500ths of a second faster at the moment. Potter, unfortunately, is almost a second down. So, Jones using Silverstone like an absolute skid pan. So he's got the back end of that Ginetta going all over the place at the moment. I think unless someone throws an absolute flying lap, this could very well be the finishing results that we have at the moment. And don't forget, we have got... I'm just trying to work out my little brain, which is fried. We have got 4 minutes left. In fact, we've got 2.5 minutes left for anyone in the GT Force to set a time. Anything after the 2 minutes and 15 seconds, they must return to the pits. Fabio, good evening. How are you? It's good to see you in the chat. It's also good to see you in the grid as well. How is the KTM for you? So as you see, Jones is off. Potter is improving slightly. Jamson is improving, and so is Elias Fernando. So just keeping an eye. It is interesting because we've got 2 commentators racing tonight. We've got Julius in P6 and Ollie in P7. Interesting. We know Julius has got a bit of racing pedigree behind him, so he is improving ever so slightly. Ollie is already back into the pits. We have 4 GT4s still out trying to get their quickest lap, but I don't think we're going to see anyone improving. In fact, Jones just comes back to the pits. Potter is 1/10, nearly 2/10 down on his fastest lap. Elias is now 2/10. It looks like Elias has actually stopped. We've got Julius in the Aston Martin. Not the Aston Martin, what am I talking about? The Mercedes. It was the noise that put me off there. So Julius, not quite. Has improved slightly just through a couple of corners there. And already the GT3s are out on track. So they are... Everyone on the GT3 is out now. So the top 3 in the championship, and let me just remind you if you've joined us late, is Kiko Gallo, Owen Cripps, and Peter Romeo. It's going to be a battle tonight. So it is. Yeah, it looks like Julius is just trying to improve, but Elias Fernando has now pushed him into P7, so Elias has managed to get a better time coming in there. So let's have a very quick look at Kiko at the moment. Kiko is a way down. He wasn't the first out. We have Donkervolk, who is out in a 296. Very classy livery. And he is going to be the first person over the start-finish line to start their flying lap. Now, it's interesting because Cripps was slow in getting out of the pits as well, so I wonder if they're trying to sit away at the back to get some fresh air. You can see the gap between Cripps, who is in the 72 car, and the person nearest him, who is Ruggero in the 90 Mercedes. Quentin, how you doing? Man, you were not ready to see how bad the M4 GT4 actually is. Oversteer, understeer at the same time, and the same brakes as your old Corsa. Oh man. It is no, I struggle with the BMW M4 GT4. I absolutely do. It's the downshift. You just cannot go into first gear unless you're literally stopped. Like, the downshift protection is just brutal. It absolutely is. Julius, it was good to see where you came there. That was some mighty fine driving. You're ahead of Ollie. I was just saying there's obviously some commentary shenanigans going on. Steve. Hey Quentin, we can put a show on at the back. Wait, I just saw your lap time. Okay, just me at the back. You're not even last, Steve. So you're not... You have picked a very difficult car. Have you found you've been able to get the car, or able to drive the car any better from the first race to now? Julius, you're losing P5 for sure. Very close to Fernando and Dyke. Yes, absolutely. Ely's pipped you to P6. Quentin, that was a lucky one. Just wait a couple laps and I'll be in the gravel somewhere. Steve, I'll try and hang on. Last race with the Camaro, then you will go mainstream. Oh, are you going to give us a hint of what you're going to? You can drive it much better, but you are showboating and it's making me very slow. It is nice to get the back end sliding out though. So it is. So Donkervolt with a 159.3. Cupra in with a 159.7. Lorenzetti in with a 2 minute. Brackstad just throws himself into P1. 3/10 faster than Donkervolk. Peter Romeo P4. And we've got Backstad as well. This is not going to be easy for me to keep saying. Smith P7. Ruggero P8. And we're just going to have a quick look at Cripps. Cripps is on a flyer at the moment. So let's see where Cripps puts him. Gallo only goes second. I say only goes second with a 159.2. And Cripps over the line, and Cripps smashes at 158.5. Wow, he is 5/10 faster than Brackstad at the moment. But that looked like very close to track limit there, so keep an eye on that. Everybody improving on their last lap. Gustavo de Mandalisi in P12 at the moment with BMW. Gallo has now crept down to P3. If this was to finish the way it is right this very second, Gallo Real has got a fight in his hands tonight. So he does. Peter Romeo looks like his went back to the pits. Lorenzetti's back in the pits. Verhulst's back in the pits. And Brackstad Brackstad is back into the pits as well. Kiko Gallo is 7.5 up. That would absolutely put him almost on the same time as Cripps. Trying not to do a commentator's curse look at him and then something happens to him. But we know how this goes. Julie, how's who Backstad Porsche and Brackstad Porsche? It's just, it's going to mess with my brain all night, Julius. I can always say Samuel and Magnus. Okay. Kiko Gallo now down into 5th, but Kiko has got something up his sleeve. He is 8/10ths faster than his previous lap. As he goes over the line, boom, 0.08 of a second faster. Cripps is on a faster lap, currently almost 0.2 quicker than it, and he swaps positions with Gallo again. These two are just trading blows. So Cripps has come over with a 158.400, Gallo 158.477, 700ths. Hello, Hayden. How's it going? Are we counting any red flags tonight? This is phenomenal. Both Cripps and Gallo improving on their previous fastest times. The interesting thing is Cripps is faster in Sector 2 and Sector 3. Gallo is faster in Sector 1. You used to be decisive and now you're not quite sure. Oh, that's a track limit. Gallo hitting a big sausage curb there, destroying his chances at the moment. There is 7 minutes left. Gallo looks like he's going back to the pits just now. Now both Samuel and Magnus, the Brackstad and Backstad brothers, I don't believe they're related at all, but it's funny how their names are so similar. So Backstad is improving. Now, if he keeps this time up, he will leapfrog Brackstad to end up in P3. Peter Romeo, that's interesting. Peter is down in 10th position just now. Now, he did say in the chat earlier that his pace wasn't quite there. That is going to be upsetting to him, especially if he does lose P3 in the championship. Now, bearing in mind both GT3 and GT4 championships will be decided tonight. Cripps exactly matches his time with a 158.400, and he go back to the pits now. They've got 6 minutes, so is he a way back to change some tyre pressures? Backstad in P4 is back into the pits again. Ches, one Danish, the other's Norwegian. How bizarre is that they're literally 1 letter difference in their name? Julius, if you want to see some Julius Raikkonen magic, give love to our David Coulthard by smashing the like button. Thank you, Julius. I appreciate you. Yes, absolutely. If you've just jumped into the channel, into the stream, please smash that like button. It really does fill my heart with warmness. So Kiko just on his outlap at the moment. Cripps is out on his outlap as well. Brackstad is staying out. Backstad is out. And Donkervolk is out. Smith and Verhulst look like they're both back into the pits. Davide Mandolese down in P9. This shows you how close this championship is and how close the driving skill is. Gallo just trying to get the tyres right and get that drive out of and onto the start-finish straight. And here we go to set a flying lap with 4.5 minutes left. Kiko is... Oh, that's got to be track limits again. Kiko actually was gaining about 0.2 of a second between the start finish line and Cops. He's now going to have to get that car round the track and get over the start finish line again. As you'll say fast a couple of times, Brackstad, Backstad, Brackstad, Backstad. I can do it, it's fine. It's just your name I have an issue with for some reason. Sorry, too much energy before start. You keep your energy levels up. It's a long race, so it is. So, Brackstad, I don't know, is Brackstad actually back in the pits? No, he's just slowed down. He's trying to get heat into those tyres, trying to get that Porsche fired up and get it ready to go. Brackstad looking as if he's a small bit faster than what he was previously. I'm losing my words tonight. I don't know what's going on. Mandalisi and Romeo are improving on their time at the moment. And in fact, yeah, Peter Romeo is 3/10 quicker than his previous time. So with Gallo invalidating that lap, Cripps has got the track to himself to do the best that he can. He is improving and gaining time. He's almost he's 1/10, coming up to 2/10 quicker than his previous. This really will stretch the time. This will put pressure on Gallo, which is what Gallo does not want. There are some improvements being made by various drivers. They're all hundreds and thousands of a second at the moment. Cripps is almost half a second quicker. If he continues this pace, he will be in the 157s. Let me just say that again. He will be... He's lost a lot bit of time there, but he very well could be into the 157s. Times that us mere mortals could only dream about. Gallo is improving as well. Gallo is now almost 4/10 faster. The Gallo's showing is quicker in Sector 1 and Sector 2. This is the... I can't take my eyes off the timing screens. So I can't. David Nimble, good evening. Hello Mark, let's go 75. Mr. Brackstad slotted himself beautiful into P3 at the moment, not improving on his next lap. It really is my name, yes, really hard. For me it seems to be exceptionally hard. Shep, good evening. It's not easy driving a car that you've not driven before, but let's give it the best, Team Porsche. That's all you can do. No one can criticise you if you have done your best. Cripps has lost the time that he had. 158.1. He's now 3/10 quicker than Gallo, but Gallo is about to come over the start-finish line. Now, Gallo was almost 3/10 quicker. Wow, there are 0.05 of a second between the two of these drivers. If Gallo had got the best drive he could have out of there, he would literally been on the same time as Cripps. Brackstad is improving as well. So he's got that Porsche lit up and ready to go. Backstad is also... These two are... The times are almost similar as well. There is literally, what, 0.04 of a second between these two just now, vying for P4 and taking a chunk of grass, and the Porsche did not enjoy that at all. Did not enjoy that. Now, Backstad has got an opportunity here if he can get as much of that power down as possible. This very well could be a P3 position in qualifying. And it is. Magnus Backstad into P3. Pippin, is it Samuel? Did you say? Yeah. Samuel Brackstad in P4. That is an exceptionally good last lap. Kiko Gallo is not improving. He's now half a second slower than what he was. I think, and I'm going to stick my neck on the line here, I think Cripps has got this as a pole position. I'm not going to call the grid until we get everybody over the finish line, because at the moment Vandenbroek is 1 second faster on his fastest lap, but it's still not going to be enough to move him up. David Mandalisi, Smith are in the pits, as is Cripps, as is Backstad, Brackstad, Donkervolk, and Peter Romeo has done exceptionally well. Peter Romeo up into P6. So that is good. So here we have Vandenbroek. Oh. Commentator's curse. Commentator's curse. Amazing viewers tonight. Oh, is it? Excellent. Thank you. Thank you to everybody who's watching. And again, please just smash that like button. Absolutely smash it off the screen. Thank you very much, Shep. I appreciate it. You're off to the races. Unfortunately, you got paid before everybody else, Hayden. As always, good luck to yourself. Good luck to everybody who's driving tonight. I wish yous all well. So, let's very quickly run through. I'm going to run through the entire field. Can I do this in 2.5 minutes? Big breath. Big breath. P1. We've got Cripps in the 72 Ferrari. Gallo, his challenger in the championship, in P2 with nothing between them. Backstad P3 with the Porsche. Brackstad P4 in the Porsche. Did I say P4? Backstad in P3 with the Porsche. Brackstad in P4 with the Porsche. Donkervolk P5. Peter Romeo with Aston Martin P6. Lorenzetti with the Ferrari in P7. Verhulst in the number 2 Lamborghini in P8. Smith in P9 with the 21 McLaren. Mandalisi, David Mandalisi with the 71 BMW in P10. Vandenbroek in P11 with the McLaren. Ruggero P12 with the Mercedes. And then we go into the GT4s. We have Mr. Jones in P1 for the GT4s. Mr. Potter, P2. I don't know why I'm now calling everybody Mr. We've now got Lichten in P3 with the McLaren. Van Dijk, P4 with the Ginetta. Rosenfeld, P5. P6 is Elias Fernando. P7? I've lost count now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Yeah, so Julius is in P7. Ollie, P8. Mr. Wolf, P9. Steve Hood in P10 and Bellini in P11, and I did that in just over 1 minute and 30 seconds. Woo! Okay, I'm going to take a quick drink and I'll be ready to go. We'll do the formation lap and then top 10 for the win. Oh, Steve, man, Steve. Okay, yep. So while the drivers are just making sure everything's set up, they have enough fuel. There is a mandatory pit stop, as you can see on the screen, and we'll be doing a full formation lap with a rolling start, which is going to be exciting. And if we have a look at it, Cripps on the inside with Gallo on the outside for cops. Could possibly go wrong. Well, that was quite dramatic music for the start. Now, these guys are way ahead. I do want to talk about Cripps' formation lap. So I do. I don't know what was going on, but I nearly choked on my juice when I seen him going sideways towards the barrier. And again, please remember, we will have a Driver of the Day vote halfway through. Now, if I miss it halfway through, somebody in chat, please yell at me to do Driver of the Day vote. You can always put into chat, before I do Driver of the Day, who you think should be the two options for GT3 Driver of the Day and GT4 Driver of the Day. The viewers decide. I will put the poll up, and then we will see who gets the GT3 and GT4 Driver of the Day. Now, they don't get anything for that. We don't give prizes away for Driver of the Day at the moment, but it is something that we can consider in the future. And it doesn't necessarily need to be the top two in GT3 and GT4. It can be any driver you think has driven well. So this is us coming up to the time where the green light is going to go, and we are going to go racing for our last race of this championship. Right down to the wire. The last race. Two drivers vying for GT3 championship and GT4. Just going to go on board with Cripps at the moment, just so we can see the green light go. And we're going to see if my voice is going to keep up for 45 minutes. Everybody lined up. 70 kilometers an hour limit. Cannot go over that, otherwise you will get a penalty. We also do have live steering tonight, so I think they could be busy. You can just see he's waiting for this to go, and green light, green, and they're off. Gallo with nose ahead there, but oh my goodness, Gallo's went oh so wide. They're 3 wide at the moment. Peter Romeo looking to try and get his nose up there as well. Cripps amazingly gets away with P1. Gallo absolutely wide going into cops. I don't know if that was cold tyres or outbraked himself. And you can see everybody is through. We do not have a red flag. We are racing. At the moment, it's a 3-horse race already, and we're not even halfway through a lap. Cripps is just going to have to keep himself cool, calm and collected for 45 minutes to lift that championship. The Gallo's fallen back in towards Backstad, and that is not what he wants. He needs to be looking forward. He needs to be racing. We've got Donkervolk, who's had a spin. Let's have a look at what happened here. Oh! Oh, we got a little bit oversteer, and then it ended up in front of the BMW. That is also unlucky. That has fallen him down. Potter has taken over P1 with the GT4s and is already trying to extend his lead. Lichten is in P2. Jones has dropped to P3 in this battle. Look how close. Jones is trying desperately to get past Lichten. Look how close he is. Now, Ginetta. Pink Ginetta all over the back mirrors of that McLaren. Already Cripps has got an 8/10 of an advantage over Gallo. Gallo has got to find something if he is going to win this championship. Oh, that's wide with McLaren there as well. Garcia Schumi, good evening. If we could keep it to English, please, so I can understand what on earth is going on here. Much appreciated. Ah, good night. I hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for being in the chat. As we watch Peter Romeo trying to get past David Mandelisi. Heavy braking. Everybody taking a little bit of grass from that curb. Peter's fallen into the grasps of Verhulst just now with that number 2 Lamborghini. This is where the Aston Martin's power advantage, but that BMW Mandelisi all over the grass just now. Wow, there we go. 5 gifted members.
Liam Thomas, thank you so much for becoming a member.
You're not doing it anymore. So Bob Barnum, Liam Thomas,
Bob
Sam
Barnum,
McCarthy,
thank you so much for becoming a member.
And Sim Quips, welcome to the membership. What has happened here? Lichten has went backwards.
Sim Quips, thank you so much for becoming a member.
There's been contact between the GT3 and GT4. And oh my goodness, Lichten is caught. Lichten absolutely boxed in, and that is how.
Muzi, thank you so much for becoming a member.
And then the Ferrari goes wide. Look how close these three are battling. Gallo is still 8/10. Peter Romeo, it looks like it's been a bit of back and forward here with David Mandelisi as they come into cops. Oh, a Lamborghini. All three going wide. Flat out. And again, we seen last night there wasn't much difference between the BMW outright speed and the Aston Martin. Obviously setups can be adapted and changed, but look at the Lamborghini is just able to hang on to the back bumper of that Aston Martin, and the McLaren very close. Oh, and he has to pull out of that one. That was the McLaren of Smith. Very, very close to the back bumper of that Lambo and actually almost taking them out. So he saved it and he managed to keep his position. But Peter Romeo going really deep into the corner. He is in all kinds of trouble now. That Lamborghini filling up the mirror of that Aston Martin. But you just see how the Aston Martin, with the power, able just to keep going and keep ahead at the moment. Heavy into the braking now for the slow sector. Lambo going very wide. He's looking for the cutback here, I think, by the looks of it. He certainly is. He's looking to try and get a better drive out. Keep under the wing of that Aston Martin and get the toe down the straight. But again, the Aston Martin, the power of that engine is just, it's almost unmatched. And at the moment, David Mandelisi is just able to keep moving. So Gallo has somehow, he's popped in the fastest lap of the race, 158.777. Now that is 8/10 quicker. Oh, and that's an out of bounds. That's a track limit surely as well for Cripps. So Cripps absolutely pushing himself and the 296 to the limits. Gallo is right on the back bumper. Gallo's tyres have maybe het up. They've maybe got into a better position. But you see, Gallo's not following for the toe. That's interesting. And you see that the McLaren has not... McLaren is mighty quick on the straight. He is right on the bumper now of Cripps. This is going to be close, going into the heavy braking. Neither driver is stupid to do anything crazy, but look how close this is. Oh, a bit of oversteer there as he gets round the corner. That opens up the gap slightly to 3/10 for Cripps. Now, can Gallo absolutely get into the head of Cripps here? Heavy braking, trying to avoid that sausage curb. And McLaren looked like it was going to go wide there, but excellent on the brakes from Gallo. Great drive out there from the 296. So these two absolutely on a charge. So we now have the pit window open. Is anyone now? Potter. Oh, look at this side by side. This is Lichten and Potter for P1 of the GT3. And it looks like Lichten has got that, and look at how close Jones is. Jones is right on the bumper. Is Potter going to lose 2 places in the space of 2 corners? Oh, look at that. He's fighting the car for everything he has. This is absolutely amazing battling. We need to go back because look how close Gallo has got. And look, Cripps absolutely out wide. This is so close. You cannot call this. A drop down on the brakes again and then power on. Get that drive out onto the straight and look, using every part, AstroTurf and curb. And very close now. He looks like he's getting a toe off that 296. Cripps looks like he's going... Sorry, wrong one. And he's going for it. He's going... No. Cripps was defensive coming all the way up the straight. Gallo just shown enough. Maybe just getting into the mind of Cripps. Causing him to look constantly in the mirror on the television screen. Oh, Gallo getting lots of oversteer. Power oversteer coming out the corner there. That's hurt him. That has hurt him. And Jones. Oh, Jones is coming into the pits. So Jones in with an early pit stop. Is he going to get the undercut here? That is an interesting tactic. He was absolutely fighting with Lichten and Potter. But it looks like it could be a tactical move here. And we'll need to keep an eye just to see how that unfolds. There is literally 1/10 of a second between Gallo and Cripps each lap. But you can see Cripps is almost a second ahead. McLaren able just to skip over those curbs. Can Gallo get a good run out of onto the start-finish straight? But look how Cripps is able just to pull away from that McLaren. I don't know if Gallo's hurt his tyres with the fighting or what's happened. You can see a couple of dabs of brakes, but oh my goodness. Cripps is going to have to watch himself. He is going to end up with a penalty for track limits if he continues. But he's having to push. Gallo is keeping him true and honest. So he is. Ah, Julius, sorry to hear that. Puff of the grass again. And this seems to be where Gallo has got this advantage. He's not close enough at all. But already we can see Jones from the GT4, who's just coming out of the pits, starting his first lap with his fresh tyres and fuel. Is he going to remain out of the way here? Has to stay out of the way. And he does. And you can see how the McLaren lurched forward off the brakes. And absolutely, so Jones beautifully keeping out the way of this battle. He would have been well aware of the cars coming. Alicio, good evening. Sorry if we can keep the chat to English, please, but I do appreciate your love and support. It's just I struggle with English, so trying a different language is terrible for me. And I mean, the McLaren is so bad on its brakes, but Kiko is making this work. But that is, he ran a little bit through the corner there, gives Cripps a bit of breathing space, but we're talking 3/10 of a second between these two, and they now have a 2.5 second advantage over Backstad. Wide again from the McLaren, trying to tuck it in, going out wide, trying to get the power on, and he is close. This is very close. Cripps trying to get on that power. The McLaren staying with the 296. Good evening, I hope you're well, Licio. It's good to see you in the chat. Please remember, if you're just into the chat, smash the like button for me, that would be amazing. And it looks Cripps again. Is he gonna? No, he's Cripps is having to be very careful with track limits now. So this is playing into Gallo's hands every single way. So he has McLaren going a little bit wide there. Cripps with a better racing line. Who gets a better line out onto the straight? That twitchy 296, the back end twitching all over the place. And again, Gallo so close onto that wing. Look at the toe he's getting. Cripps moving out of the way, trying to break the toe. Gallo all the way up to the corner, but he's not going to do anything silly. These two are fighting for the championship. Cripps absolutely having to get on every part of the curb just to keep this going. I can't take my eyes off this. There's things happening all over the place at the moment, and I cannot take my eyes off this. I'm keeping an eye at the moment. So Jones, Potter and Julius and Lichten look as if they've all pitted. So everybody going for an early pit for this in the championship title race. Now again, just trying to use that huge wing of the 296 for cover. Absolutely keeping on top. Flames kicking out the back of the McLaren as it's been pushed to its limits. And this again is where Gallo really excels himself. That 296, I mean, the McLaren has got the Evo update, so it does have a little bit more technology with it. And Wolf has got a 10-second penalty. When I get time to catch my breath, I'll have a look and see what that is. So the 10-second is causing a collision involving multiple cars. Look how close they are. You can't be any closer without actually being side by side. And Cripps having to go defensive again. Gallo, surging all over the place. Trying to gain any thousandths of a second he can for that. Good evening, Marco. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining us. If you don't mind, smash that like button for me, please. These two are like gladiators or even boxers in the ring. They are just slogging it out. Gallo needs to be ahead of Cripps. Cripps just needs to stay ahead. But these two are racing each other. Now it sounds like they're coming up to some GT4s. Is this going to play into the hands of Gallo or Cripps? Got Van Dijk, who's got a yellow flag. I don't know quite what happened there. Brackstad is very, very close behind Backstad. These two are just trying to wind me up now. Look how close Gallo is. Has Cripps' tyres went? We're only 15 minutes into the race. Cripps knows Gallo has to force something. He has to get past Cripps. Now, does Gallo decide to come in to pit before Cripps and get the undercut? The back end again. Oh, that's definitely a track limit as well. Cripps must be on his final warning now, I would think. It was a 158.0. Now we have issues. We have real issues going on. Oh, no. The GT4 is on the grass trying to avoid these two. It looked like Gallo was going to try and get a little bit of a slipstream before he gets moving. Or was that 157? It was on the tip of my tongue, but then I thought I couldn't quite remember, so it was a high 157 was. Good evening and thank you for joining us for this live event. This is round 4 of 4. We are watching the Ferrari of Owen Cripps and the McLaren of Kiko Gallo. Two of them who are in the top two. A 158.1. Oh, and we have GT4s trying to stay the best they can out of the way. And again, that's beautifully done there. Up behind Steve Hood in that Camaro now. Steve, and Kiko getting things all kind of wrong coming out of the corner. Looked like he had a lot of oversteer, leaving lots of rubber on tarmac. But he's able to get past Steve before the next corner. That's not hurt Gallo too much in terms of distance. Oh, now. Is Cripps hopefully I would think get past without too issues. And Gallo comes into the pit, so Gallo has decided to go for the undercut. This makes everything. You need to be 50 kilometers an hour on that line. You do not want to make any mistakes. You do not want a stop go penalty, and that lets Cripps off the pressure slightly. It also gives me a chance to look at other people driving. So we've got Brackstad is still behind. These two Porsches vying technically for third place at the moment. No! That was very close. I don't know if one outbraked the other or what was going on there. Let me just have a look further down. We've got Steve Hood, Rosenfeld, Wolf and Bellini all in the pits for the GT4. Still to pit is Van Dijk, Ollie and Elias Fernando. That is an amazing livery for that McLaren. It just works beautifully. So it does. Forgive me. Oh, good. Actually, Jones is behind Potter at the moment. Jones. Oh, look how close he is. Look at this. The back end of that McLaren absolutely bouncing all over the place. But you can see the power of the McLaren engine is actually pulling away here from Jones's Ginetta. A bit of drifting going on by the looks of it again. These three are fighting for the P1 position. They have been since the start of the race. I anticipate till the end of the race they're going to be doing the same. And look at the different racing line that Jones takes there. Avoiding a sausage curb at all costs. Let's have a back look, and Cripps is back in the traffic again. And he pits! Owen Cripps has now pitted. Kiko Gallo is out. So let's see where Kiko Gallo or where Cripps comes out in comparison to Kiko Gallo. This is going to be very close. Quentin, your throttle got stuck and you went straight in a wall. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Are you still able to race, or is your throttle done and dusted? And Ruggero has got a drive-through penalty. That is assigned by the game. That is not assigned by the stewards. Oh, Quentin, is that why you had the 10-second penalty? I get you now. So close now. Where's Cripps? Where is Cripps? Cripps is just coming out of the pit entry. You can just see Gallo in the background. Gallo coming round. He's got the warmer tyres, but it looks like he's going to be falling in behind Cripps again. These two back to where they were. Gallo has those tyres warmed up. The brakes are warmed up. Is he going to go for this? He has to get past Cripps. Otherwise... Oh, and he goes wide. He was very, very wide there. So certainly at the moment, I'm just having a look through. Steve Hood has done well to get to where he is. Oh, they're going side by side. Oh, and Gallo. I thought Gallo was getting caught up there. Oh my goodness. That was so close. How did they not make contact there? Look at this. Cripps goes to the right. Gallo goes to the left, hoping that the McLaren 570 has seen him. He hasn't, and look, oh my goodness. That was so very close. There is, oh no, there's contact between Gallo and Lichten. P1 and 2 of GT3 are fighting their way through the P1, 2 and 3 fight of GT4. This is so interesting. Quentin, it's fine now. He unplugged and plugged back in, but that's it for today. Had 3 minutes pits. So sorry to hear that, Quentin. I hope you've enjoyed your time in this championship, though. Gallo. Now, Brakstad and Backstad are still fighting. They haven't pitted yet. And Peter Romeo into the pits now as well. Is this going to bend? Oh my goodness, Brakstad's later on the brakes, but it doesn't help him. Now onto the old start-finish straight, or the alternative, whatever way you want to say it. These two Porsches cannot be separated in any way, shape and form. The drivers are obviously a similar skill level, and the cars are just on point. So they are. Gallo is now over a second behind Cripps. So again, if he is unable to get past or gain anything, these two are still battling. So Van Dijk is the only one out of the GT4s who has not pitted yet, but these two are slogging it out. The Ginetta just doesn't seem to have enough to get past the McLaren. Oh, and he hits a bit of dirt as he comes into the left and right. Oh, he is so close. That Ginetta, it looks like it needs 2 horsepower more in the engine. Oh, and he goes very wide. That will be a track warning. Track limit warning. And Brakstad and Backstad have now pitted. So Lorenzetti is technically, and he's into the pits now as well. Donkervolk, is he going to take to the pits? Yes, he does. So we're back to the start again. Cripps is going to be P1, Gallo P2, Verhulst P3, Davide Mandalisi P4, Peter Romeo P5, Smith P6, Vandenbroek P7, Ruggero P8. And then we're on to the Van Dijk has just pitted, so that has released Lichten, and you can see GT3s and GT4s getting all kinds of mixed up together. Oh, this could be Jones's chance, but he's having to get out of the racing line to allow the GT3s past. Lichten is now going to do the same, but he is on the straight. You see the blue flags getting waved everywhere. Peter Romeo right in the bumper of Davide Mandalisi, and they two are battling as well. I wish I had 600 cameras, because I could then show you everything that's going on. There are battles all over the place. Steve Hood looks like he's got past Bellini. I don't know if Bellini's in the pits. Yeah, he must be. He's into the pits. Gallo is still 1 second behind. Let's have a look again at Peter Romeo as we switch cameras. Davide Mandalisi is a seasoned driver. He's Brakstad has got a drive-through penalty. Brakstad is going to end up, and you can see a back marker getting out of the way. Brakstad, I'm assuming that must be a drive-through for speeding in the pits. Oh, that is going to ruin his chances of a P3. The Aston Martin just powering ahead. And again, we're almost back to the same scenario we had at the start of the race. Jones, again, so close, but he just cannot get past Lichten. He just doesn't have the power in that car to get it done. And you can see Lichten going really defensive here. Side by side. It's going to give Jones the inside line to this. And is Jones going to take this? Side by side again. Oh, so close. Oh, they've got a McLaren GT3 on their bumper as well. These two are fighting, and Jones moves out of the way to allow the McLaren past. That was side by side. That is what you call defensive and offensive driving, but with enough respect that they do not collide. Oh, Jones. It looks like he's pushing that McLaren through the corners. Again, the McLaren, look how it's able just to stretch its legs on the straights. The Ginetta has it in the corners, but the McLaren, there's enough straights on this track. And you can see as a GT3, that looks like maybe Brakstad has served as drive-through, and he's coming out into the traffic of these two battling. Oh, this is... Oh, the Ginetta going all sideways. The Porsche of Brackstad is just going to have to be patient. He's got a McLaren on his bumper. Vandenbroek. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. That went all kinds of wrong for all kinds of reasons. Lichten is trying to allow the GT3's pass without giving all track to Jones. That's just brutal when you're trying to do both and it just doesn't work. So let me run you through the top 5 of GT4. Lichten in the yellow McLaren, Jones P2 with the pink Ginetta, P3 is Potter, P4 Van Dijk, and P5 is Elias Fernando. P6 is Mr. Steve Hood. Was he sandbagging us earlier on? I don't know. He's having a good race in that Camaro by the looks of it. The Camaro loves straights. As long as you're going straight, that's all I worry about. And Ferrari getting involved. Oh, and Lichten's went wide. Oh, he is now. Oh, this is not good for my heart. Oh my, I don't know how Lichten managed to get that back. I just don't know. But oh my goodness, 3 wide, 2 GT4s and a GT3. And I don't want to tempt fate, but can we just have a round of applause for the fact that we had 3 wide going into that sharp left hand and nobody made contact. Quinton, for sure you enjoyed it. Looking forward to the next championship. Oh, it'll be amazing to see you on track again. So good. There is no change at the front. Gallo is 1.5 seconds behind Cripps now. And they have 15 minutes left. I think he's going to need Cripps to make a mistake by the looks of it. Lichten is absolutely throwing everything at that. Look how close that the Ginetta is. And again, the GT3 Ferrari 296 goes past. Look at the McLaren. The McLaren is literally just driving away. Heavy on the brakes, trying to hit that apex without the sausage curb and get onto the right here. And look, the Ginetta again, just so good. Oversteer from Lichten, avoiding that sausage curb again and then dive down. Downshifting 2 gears. And this again is where all of the action has been happening. Side by side. Again, they've been doing this all race. Jones looking to try and get the cut back. Again, that McLaren struggling to get slowed down, struggling to get round the corner. But on the straight, there's no competition. The Ginetta just has to sit there and watch as it drives off. Kiko Gallo has gained 3/10 on Cripps. Cripps has set the fastest lap with a 1:58.387. So Gallo is not finished yet. Oh, a little bit of twitcher. You can see that 296 laying all kinds of rubber down on the track, trying to drag itself away from the McLaren. And we see Backstad is now quite comfortable. In P3, he's got Davide Mandalisi 8 seconds behind. Peter Romeo is on the tail of Davide Mandalisi, and Verhulst and Lamborghini is on the tail of Romeo. Gallo getting so close. Now, let's not forget the cars are getting lighter as well. There's less fuel in them. So what can happen here? What can happen? Right, you forgot to remind me about the driver poll. Driver of the day. I rely on you to remind me because my brain is like a sieve. Now, I don't know if it will allow you to select more than one driver, so please bear that in mind when you're voting. It's a reasonably straightforward one for me tonight. Oh, Jones has got past Lichten by the looks. No, Lichten's back again. They two will be fighting in the same corner yet again. Okay, so I have chosen, you might say I'm being predictable here. Poll is now live. For GT3, I have chosen Gallo and Cripps. I don't think anyone can really complain about that because they have had an outstanding drive. I have also chosen Lichten and Jones for GT4 because, again, they have been battling for 45 minutes, or they will have by the time we finish this race. Can Kiko Gallo do anything to win this championship? Please remember to vote. It's great to see everybody interacting and giving me their thoughts, which on the internet isn't always a good thing when someone gives you their thoughts. There are still so close battles going on. Peter Romeo and Verhulst are tangling to try and get past Mandalisi, and Jones is still fighting with Lichten. There's no other pending actions from the stewards at the moment. So, as the race goes, GT4, Lichten is going to win this championship. Jones is too far behind in P3. Now, there are 5 points difference between P1 and P2. Oh, that Ferrari. Oh, Steve Hood in the midst of the battle again, but sensibly pulls out the way. And I'm sure he'll let Gallo through as well. Oh, he actually goes on to... It's amazing how many GT4s concentrate, the drivers concentrate and making sure the GT3s get past. You actually then end up running off the track. Oh, Steve getting things all kinds of sideways and upside down and everything else. So... there is also 1 point for fastest lap. Now, Cripps holds that fastest lap. So, Cripps is going to have 6 points ahead of Gallo as they stand at the moment. If Gallo gets past Cripps, he is not going to have enough to win the championship. Oh, in fact, that's a lie. No, it's not. He needs 5 points, Gallo. And he's not going to have 5 points unless he gets the fastest lap and gets past Cripps. That is the only way he is going to win this championship, unfortunately. He has driven his heart out, Kiko Gallo, and he has given us so many good races this season. And I'm sure Owen appreciates the competition as well. Peter Romeo is quite close to Davide Mandalisi. Again, though, the power of the BMW is just equal to anything Aston Martin throws at it. The Lamborghini is just hanging on there, just hoping that maybe these two take each other out and he can then just slot in for P4. I don't think that's going to happen, though. These drivers are very experienced. Dab of the brakes. It's amazing how quickly that Aston gets rotated round. They've got a couple of GT4 cars coming up to pass as well. So the pit window is now closed, so everybody has pitted. No one's going to get any issues from that. Again, Kiko Gallo just getting within 5/10 of Cripps, but they have got a GT4 car in front of them. And they've also got a back marker and a GT4 further ahead. So close for Kiko. Again though, the 296 is equal to anything that McLaren has thrown at it tonight. It looks like Jones has backed off from Lichten. He is. They're certainly not as close as they were. They're still close, but they're not as close as they were. Peter Romeo is still looking for a way to get past the BMW of Davide Mandalisi. Again, poor Steve Hood. He's indicating left, letting everyone know he is moving to the left. Now he's hitting the brakes just to let them pass, and he's also got the Lamborghini, which he moves well out of the way from. Can Peter get any kind of drive out of the corner onto the straight? You're flat out as soon as you finish that right-hander. The left-hander is no issue at all. But again, so evenly matched, even with the toe. The Aston Martin is just not getting enough. You see the flames coming out the side of the exhaust there. And Wolf has got a drive-through. That again has been generated by the game itself. Sorry for the game. I should not call it a game. Just not enough. Kiko Gallo is still 6/10 behind Cripps. Jones all over Lichten again. This battle has been amazing to watch all evening, but also for the past few races. It has been just neck and neck, fighting hard all race. And bear in mind, it's difficult to keep your mind on the job for 45 minutes. The only respite you get is when you come into the pits. Look at the Ginetta, absolute sideways. Lichten really needs to be careful with these track limits. Again, Jones is so close to the back bumper. This is for pride. They're basically racing for pride. Lichten has won the GT4 championship. Jones just trying to do something, and you can see the drive he gets out of this corner. But watch the McLaren. The McLaren will just start pulling away. As anticipated, it's just pulling away. Poor Jones, he gets so close all of the time. Rob, good evening, I hope you're doing well. Some amazing racing up and down the field. It has been absolutely. Kiko Gallo is really on the back bumper now. Look, he's absolutely going for this. It's as if something is switched on inside him that he has to get past Cripps. But he needs to get the fastest lap. It is the only way he can win this championship, is getting past Cripps and getting the fastest lap. Yeah, I'm doing okay, Rob, thanks. I'm doing okay. These two... Oh, these two again at the loop. What is going on? Peter Romeo, I know this is just so close battling. Davide Mandalisi now has a GT4 who is trying to avoid them as best he can. But Peter really on the bumper now. Can Peter utilise anything that's been happening? Can he gain an advantage? Can he get a better drive out the corner? Can he stay on that bumper of the BMW? He is certainly very close now. Can he get a toe along here? But again, the BMW is so strong. Peter just shown himself. Oh, and he's kind of put himself in an awkward position. He moved out of the racing line to show himself to Davide Mandolisi, who I'm sure really knows he's behind him. But then causes himself all kinds of issues because then he's having to brake, going off racing line. Still no change at the front. I am keeping an eye on it. Look at the BMW sliding and squirming all over the place. These drivers are driving on the limit of the cars and themselves. It's amazing how cool Peter drives. There never seems to be that the car is being overtaxed. Davide gets a terrible drive out here. This could be the chance Peter has. He's creeping right up. Davide going really defensive. Davide still has the racing line. Peter side by side. He needs to be careful of that Lamborghini that's behind him. Verhulst absolutely. Watch, look how close they are side by side now. Oh, it's the last of the break. And Peter gets past him. Can he make... Oh, there's a little tap there. And Peter makes that stick. Davide Mandolisi now falls to P5. And look how close that Lamborghini's now got as well. Lamborghini just shown as the Ginetta stays well out the way of this fight that's going on. Peter Romeo, what an absolute pass that was. And the Lamborghini is now all over the back of Mandolisi. Is Davide having issues? He's this wide of the apex there. Oh, there's a little bit of paint transfer going on. Oh, no! What a save from Davide Mandolisi. What an absolute save. I need to see that again. Look at this. There's just a tap. How did he save that? How did he save that? Wow. The driver, the Cripps, is on his final lap. Gallo needs some miracle that Cripps runs out of fuel or something. But even still, this has been an absolute immense race. So it has. I hope you have enjoyed it as much as I have. I'm so glad it's 45 minutes. If it's a 60-minute race, I don't think my voice could have held up for much longer, to be fair. Gallo again, all over the back, but this is Cripps knows as long as he keeps his car going, that's all he needs. He is half a lap away from winning this championship. And it's been a hard-fought championship. This has not been easy for either driver. And indeed, only the last race did Cripps actually leapfrog Gallo into P1. Verhulst has got past Mandolisi. Mandolisi now into P6. Unfortunately, I didn't see what happened there. So here we go. The final corners. And you can see Cripps with the hazards on. I don't know quite what's going on there, if there was something slowing down or not, but Cripps with his hazards on, celebrating, I'm sure, the win. And there we go. Our new champion for the multi-class, Owen Cripps. Gallo in P2, Backstad coming over the line in P3. Taking P3 and has driven a great race. Peter Romeo coming over the line for P4, having just taken that position in the previous lap. Verhulst taking his P5 and Davide Mandolisi P6. Brackstad P7 after that drive through. Smith coming over the line with his McLaren for P8. Lorenzetti with his 296. Donkervolk P10. Ruggero P11. Your GT4 drivers P1 is Lichten, P2 is Jones, Potter P3, Van Dijk P4, Elias Fernando P5, Steve Hood P6, Julius P7, and Fabio Bellini in P7, 8. I've lost count now. My brain is fried. It is absolutely fried. I actually need to go and get a drink. So, I certainly welcome the top 2 or 3 of each GT3 and GT4 if you want to pop into the interview waiting room, or anyone else to have a very quick chat with myself. I will put the... They're all having a little bit of fun now. So, I will be back in 30 seconds. Okay. Wow. Time to relax a little bit. Wow. What I'm going to do, I'm going to speak to Mr. Peter Romeo first and find out his thoughts of that race. Good evening, Peter. How are you?
Good evening. I'm fine, but I'm not sure if I'm getting P3 or not, because Buxton was in front of me of P3.
That is very true. Bear with me a second and let me have a look. So...
congratulations to the winner, Groen, and to Gallo.
Yep. Oh, absolutely. But you had an amazing race with Davide as well.
Oh, yeah, that's a compliment to Davide. It was absolute pleasure. It was such a good fight. And sorry, Davide, if I pushed a little too hard at the end, but I had to take that position.
So you were 13 points ahead of Brackstad, so I don't think you've lost P3, so I'm just doing calculations, so this does take a little bit of time. No, so I think it's only 5 points, so you are P3 in the championship, Mr. Peter Romeo.
Thank goodness.
How was the car? Was it okay?
It was okay. It wasn't great on Silverstone. I don't know if it's me or it's the car. I'm not sure.
Because I could see that at times you were gaining, and then there was a little period of time where you were kind of falling back in towards the Lamborghini behind you. And was the BMW power quite equal to the Aston on the straights?
Absolutely quite equal.
Yeah.
I saw only the Lamborghini was better on the brakes. Much better on the brakes. I saw it every time.
I don't know if you felt like you've been through a race, but I felt like I've been through the race.
Absolutely, I'm sweating. Adrenaline is at 1,000, so it's it's very intense.
Oh man, have you enjoyed the championship? Have you enjoyed it?
Very, very.
It's been so closely fought. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you've just been getting better and better. First race you were P9, second race P6, and race 3 P2. I mean, you were just, it's as if you were just climbing a ladder and you just kept going. It's been great to watch you fighting, Peter. So it has. And David has put in the chat as well that you were awesome, and sorry couldn't have any more battle in the last lap. I couldn't cope with another battle in the last lap. I was struggling to keep up with everything that was going. So have you signed up to any other championships? Have you, or have you
sign up for, as I said, Sunday, the 2.4?
Oh yes, that's right. You're doing that on your own.
Yeah, because I like Yalami. It's my
wow.
Then, after that, I do the Christmas community races. And Merry TOGAs.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to that as well. So yeah, we are going to have quite a big one-off and fun events leading up to the Christmas and New Year. So, right, Peter, you go and dry yourself off and have a cold drink. Congratulations again on coming P3. You absolutely deserved it.
Thank you very much. And congratulations to all other drivers. It was a great championship.
Absolutely, it was amazing. Congratulations again. We'll speak to you again soon, Peter.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Right, I'm going to speak to Mr. Davide Mandalisi now, if he can hear me. Good evening.
Good evening.
Wow, what a race. You two were battling like it was life and death.
Yes.
Wow.
That was so intense. So intense. I usually sweat a lot during the races, but this time it's a whole
extreme
other level. we were separated by 3 tenths for laps and laps and laps and laps. That was,
and even when you pitted, you just slotted back into fighting again. It's like there was no let up at all from it.
I made a little mistake because after first lap, I started P10, so I had to do a mega first lap, which I actually did. I was surprised that I got 3 wide into the first corner. I got another place into the buckets, and then I was side to side with Peter, and we were battling all the way through. But I got like 1.7 seconds of damage, and I usually don't fix something so small in the pit stop because you lose 1.7 seconds, whether it's a loss of time. And I didn't uncheck the button, so I've lost that much, and I think in the end it was gonna be close, but maybe a little bit more on my side. And but I mean, Peter was so clean. We had a slight contact, which was something I don't think was evitable, or I don't know how to say it. But after that, I'm a little bit disappointed, if I'm gonna be honest, with the last lap, because with me and Lamborghini number 2, we had some contacts which, if I was the guy in the back, I would have gave the position back. Because even if the contact was racing contact, which could happen, still I would have gave it back, because it was close. But I mean, I can't blame him. He took what he took. So
it was I'm exhausted just watching the race. I couldn't. I was going between you and Peter and Kiko and Owen at the front, and then the GT4s were fighting, and I'm like, I don't know where to go.
I actually had you on the second screen this time with the whole race. I usually mute the stream, but this time I couldn't do it. I've enjoyed it all the race with you screaming here and there, and the cars, and it was spectacular.
I don't know how you did that. That would put me right off, having somebody commentating on something while you're driving in a different part of the track. I just couldn't do it, but wow.
It kind of does unsettle you, but it depends.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're in the flow and you hear, but you're not really listening. You're just hearing, and yes, there's a little bit of distraction, but...
Well, don't blame me because you lost to Peter.
Yeah. But again, congratulations to him and for and to Kiko and Owen, because they were on another level. I told them, with these conditions, the track was so hot, so slippery. I don't know how they did this.
No, I know.
How they kept on hammering down all the laps, all fast laps, very fast laps. They were on a whole other level.
Yeah, absolutely. And it came down to hundredths of a second between them. They're just so well matched.
Yeah, it's in these cases which is so funny to drive. You're there trying to win at all costs, but you're so close, and you're like your inner child is there and playing, is going all over the place and is screaming, just have fun.
That's it, exactly, and that's what it's all about at the end of the day. Wow.
I don't want to take so much time because I know you're waiting for the two important ones. So.
Oh, you're important as well, David. Never think you're not.
Thank you, Mark.
But you go and dry yourself off and have some kind of cold drink.
Yes, I will. Thank you. Good night, everyone.
Take care. Good night. Thank you, Davida.
See you.
Okay, we are now going to speak to Mr. Kiko Gallo. Good evening.
Hello, how are you?
I am exhausted. I don't even know how are you feeling?
I'm feeling very, very happy and excited. Happy and exciting for such a beautiful battle with this friend of mine, Owen.
How on earth did you manage 45 minutes of fighting lap after lap without losing concentration?
I think that is endurance. It's actually what makes you consistent, you know.
That's very
basically, true. And we had similar pace. To be honest, I think he was faster than me a little bit. And because of that, then there was some part of the track I was faster. I was almost able to overtake him. But you know, when you have similar pace in this particular track, there is many chances of making collisions and these silly things that has no sense at all. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I was trying to create him some pressure. To make some extra warnings, and that was my work for today. That's it, to be honest.
Well, you succeeded in every way possible. Did you go for the early pit stop to try to do the undercut?
I tried to do that, but I did some sort of mistake in the entrance.
Oh no!
Because of that, I just go out just behind you.
Because I was watching, I could actually see both of you as he was exiting the pits, and I thought, I think he's got it here. And then you came out, and I'm like, oh, he's still behind him. It was oh my goodness.
See, I should have entered a lap before that. I was sharing my screen with my friend Emilio, and he was saying, okay, there could be some chances of making some undercut, and this lap should be. We have some traffic with the GT4, okay?
Yeah.
And I think by that time should have been the perfect time for.
It
is what it is. It is what it is.
Exactly. You know, these things you then think about in another race, and then it works for you. So
yeah. That's it.
Absolutely.
It's a constant learning.
It is absolutely. It doesn't matter what age you are. Every day's a school day. How have you enjoyed the championship?
It's been very, very nice.
Yep.
And we have many chances of good actions from this guy. Remember in Imola when I went out because of some GT4.
That's right.
He accidentally went out of grass, then jumped into the track and hit me accidentally for sure. And he just waited for me. And there was another, I think it was Brand Haas. I had a lot of, what was the second race, by the way? Brand Haas, is it?
No,
or not?
No, I don't think it was Brand Haas. It was Suzuka.
Suzuka, yeah. In Suzuka, I had a good pace in that track, I think, and I got the first victory. And the event of walking lanes actually is what made me lots of the possibilities. I know that.
Yeah,
I know that.
Absolutely.
But it is what it is. It's just something that happened, and you can't do anything about it.
Exactly. And just to be a couple of points away from each other. What a finish. Yeah. I mean, I genuinely couldn't have asked for a better race to commentate on for the end of the championship. I couldn't take my eyes off you and Owen, but then Peter and David de Mandalese were fighting, and then P1 and P2 of GT4 were fighting, and I can't take my eyes off the timing screens, never mind trying to commentate on what was happening on screen. You drove an absolute outstanding race. You kept Owen very, very true and honest all the way through that. If he had made one mistake, you were there to pounce on it.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Push, and that's it.
Absolutely.
That's the philosophy of this game.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Have you got any other championships in TOGA coming up?
I think I joined the winter session.
Oh, nice.
With the new BOP applied, is it?
Oh, yes, I believe it is.
And I was having some conversation with Owen about making some endurance in the coming times.
Excellent.
I really want to do something like that. If TOGA there is endurance there, sure, I will be there for sure. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I think there probably will be something like that coming up, but I couldn't say for certain. But you just watch, because things are getting done behind the scenes just now for next year. So,
yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Kiko, congratulations again on an amazing race and coming second in the championship. It's been a pleasure commentating on all your races.
Okay, thank you for the championship. Congratulations for the organization and the steward and everyone involved. It has been a pleasure here.
Thank you very much, Kiko. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll speak to you soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye.
Right, let's get in our winner of the championship. But before I ask him about that, I want to ask him about the formation lap first, please. What were you doing?
I was having fun with Kiko. That almost turned from complete and utter funny behaviour to barrier. There's a meeting with Barry R, I normally have a meeting most days, but that one I wasn't interested in.
I was taking a drink of juice at the time and nearly spat all over my monitors as I seen you doing what you're doing. I was like, oh no! Oh, wow. Well, congratulations, Mr. Owen, on being the championship winner of the Multiclass. How does it feel?
Sweaty. Very, very sweaty. Kiko is an unbelievable driver, and I know some of the people in the Discord don't like him and call him bad driver and everything like that. I have no problem with him whatsoever. The amount of times I parked it on the apex to make it difficult for him so that I can scamper away, and he's still on the brakes.
Yeah.
And he's just, he's so aware of it. I mean, maybe it's just my driving style, maybe he's just really good at it, but I've never had a problem with him at all. And if he wasn't in this championship, him and Peter, if they weren't in this championship, it would have been very plain and boring.
Yeah.
But oh my god, every race he's up my arse somewhere along the line, or I'm up his arse, or something. Oh my god.
And you're only hundredths of a second off of each other, whether it's race pace or whether it's qualifying pace. There was just I couldn't even call the grid until both of you had crossed the line to make sure that there wasn't a sneaky 10th or something there.
I was streaming on my Twitch channel, my perspective of things, and the celebration I made just for getting pole position by 5500th of a second was insane. I could not believe how tight it was. When I saw Kiko go into the pit lane to bail on his final quali lap, oh god, I was so happy. I needed that position, otherwise it would have been hell to try and get past him.
Yeah. How many track warnings were you on?
3.
I knew it! I called it! I seen it and I'm like, he has to watch what he's doing. He's going to end up with a penalty. Oh my god. And then the next lap, I seen you going through and I was like, yeah, he's absolutely reining that in a little bit just to...
Yeah, I was being really careful. I got one off of the second lap in the race and I was like, oh no. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm just testing where the track limits was. And then it happened again, I think like lap 10 or something. And I was like, oh, that's, yeah, I got to be careful now. And it's all on the same corner. It's turn 1.
Yeah.
Just go a bit too wide. And then it happened again and I lifted. But clearly not enough, and it decided that I deserved another warning. And from that point onwards, I was like, "Yeah, I'm taking this much slower from now on."
Absolutely, driving Miss Daisy.
That's it. I just didn't want that drive-through. If I got that drive-through, it would have been over.
It would have been over.
Wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah.
Even if I had the fastest lap, I wouldn't have come out ahead of into P2.
Yep.
The whole point of my strategy was to get the fastest lap, because then it's all down to Kiko to get the fastest lap and win the race.
Yep, absolutely.
But I managed to get it, and I managed to do both, which was not easy at all. He pushed me to my absolute limits, to the point of where my tyres were dead, where I was sliding everywhere, and hence why he was behind me for so long. But yeah.
Kiko said in the chat, I knew he had 3, meaning the 3 track warnings.
He could see. It was close enough.
Oh, absolutely. And
I'm sure he could see.
He kept you so honest through the entire race. If you put one tyre wrong in any part of the track, he was there to pounce on it. So. Oh
yeah, he knew as soon as I go wide or anything like that. And luckily, I think it's more luck than skill, to be honest with you. It's not either of us made a real major mistake which allowed the other person through. I think maybe Kiko made a small mistake, which allowed me to gap him for a bit, which gave me a bit of breathing space to chill out.
Yep.
But yeah, and I when he pitted, I did not know what to do. Do I pit and retaliate? Do I go around, do a few more laps? I caught a GT4 at the wrong moment. I was like, well, I'm sure I'm going to lose time here. And then when I pitted, and then I was like, oh, he's got me. And then I come out a half a second ahead of him, which is pretty much how we were before we pitted.
Exactly.
It was just like, oh, perfect.
I don't know if you heard Kiko's interview, but he had 1.7 second damage, and he forgot to untick the repair damage, and that's so if he had unticked that, he would have been ahead of you as you came out the pits.
Well, it wouldn't matter. I still had the fastest lap.
You still would have had the fastest lap, but I, with the camera position, I was actually able to get both of you in the view as you were coming out the pits, and then you were side by side again, and I'm like, they're literally back to where they were before they pitted. It was just crazy. It was such an amazing race. I said to Kiko, it's been a pleasure, absolute pleasure commentating this race. What a absolute finish to the championship.
100%. I mean, I've loved racing against them.
Yeah.
I can't wait to race against them again. I can't wait for many things. I can't wait till next year. I've been in talks with Kiko, as you'd expect when you get two drivers that have quite a lot of respect for each other.
Yeah.
And I've been in talk with Peters, and we are talking about potentially, if there's an endurance championship, teaming up together. Now that's going to be insane if we manage to do that.
Okay, if Hayden's listening, I do not want to be part of that championship in any way, shape and form. 3 of the quickest drivers we have all in the same team, that is going to be a nightmare. An utter nightmare.
It's an idea. We're in talks.
It's amazing. It would be a crowd pleaser. It would absolutely be a crowd pleaser. Right, Mr. Rowan, thank you very much for your time. Congratulations again on winning the championship. And go and have a bit of a rest if you can.
I'm gonna have a shower, some food, and then sleep. And again, as always, thank you so much for a fantastic stream. I'm gonna sit in bed after this, go watch it back, and probably fall asleep.
Well, I mean, that's a compliment with a backhand, but okay. No, I know exactly what you mean. Take care. Thank you very much for an amazing race. Take care.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, we have my good friend Julius.
No.
Oh, I just seen there's just commentator, and I'm like, it must be Julius. What happened to you?
My OneDrive decided to update in the middle of the race.
No.
Yeah, murdered my internet. Lost connection to the server, rejoined, and had a 2-minute control lock.
Oh no.
Yeah, gutting. Seeing that I hadn't driven a practice lap, and was running on track P2 at the time of when I came in for my pit stop. It was yeah, but it was a tough one to take for sure, because I'd closed up to the guy who was P1 before the other lot had pitted. He was right in amongst them. And I knew that I was on the better strategy, because pitting with 35 minutes left to go, unless you're going for a 2-stop, which wasn't worth it today.
Yeah.
It was just the wrong move to make.
Yep. Oh, it's a shame.
Yeah, just...
You weren't the only one.
Disappointed.
Poor Rosenfeld, his throttle stuck open, and I think he took out 2 or 3 cars. Ended up with a penalty, and then, he basically was 3 minutes in the pits, so... You weren't the only one to have issues tonight, unfortunately. It's disappointing, especially because you have raced in the other rounds. So you were in there, you were in the top 10, and you had the possibilities of so many different things. It's such a shame.
Yeah, it was really tough to take. I think, I was looking at a relatively solid kind of P3 or P4 by the end of the race when the others' tires really died off.
Yep.
I mean, and the reason that it's not beneficial here is because a pit stop just takes so long.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the Silverstone pit lane, so it's just not worth it.
No. Have you enjoyed the championship apart from tonight?
Yeah, of course. Overall, it's been really enjoyable. Unfortunately, I've only finished like 2 races.
Well, that's right. You had the technical problem in, was it the first race?
Yeah, I finished. The first round was fine. It was the second round where my pit limiter button stopped working.
That's right.
At Suzuka.
Yeah.
And then obviously Watkins last week was a good race for me. Came home, I think P4 or P5 overall in that race as well. But yeah, just the cards didn't fall my way this in this particular race. I mean, normally I was in a rush because I'd only just got home from London, so I didn't have time. Normally I turn off my OneDrive sync before I start doing any racing, because I know that for some reason my PC still prioritizes it over everything else, so my bandwidth just completely drops out. Yeah. But tonight I didn't have time to do that, and it came back to bite me, unfortunately.
Yep. It's upsetting. It really is. It's one of these things you don't have much control over, and if it's a hardware issue, if it's something that is not of your own doing, it's so hard to take as a lesson, if it can even be taken as a lesson. But we can obviously hear it in your voice that you're disappointed. But these things happen, and hopefully another championship, it won't happen to you. Unfortunately, it might happen to someone else, and we just don't know. As I say, we're in the top 10 going into this last race, so it was really wherever you ended was going to be an improvement for you. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just looking forward now. Probably going to join the winter tournament that's coming up. Get back on the GT3 side of things rather than the GT4s. As much as I've loved them, it's been a long time since I drove the GT3, so it's going to be great to get back into them again. Yeah, but can't wait for it. Really looking forward to it, because the strength of GT3 field in this league is just mental. It's crazy when you look at the kind of race we had tonight. Oh, I genuinely don't know. Like, Owen and Kiko were hundredths of a second between them, and then you had Peter and David Mandelisi, and then you had Lichten and Jones fighting as well. I literally at one point sat for 30 seconds just looking at the timing screens. I couldn't take my eyes off them because they were all like 2/10 away from each other.
Yeah,
so
I mean, I was watching it live on Owen's stream.
Yeah.
And it was just every single corner. Kiko was nose to tail with Owen.
Yep.
Every single corner for those last like 3 or 4 laps. Just crazy racing. And obviously a massive congratulations to Owen. He's nailed it in that Ferrari in against Kiko in the relatively stronger McLaren.
Yep.
When you look at the tracks that we've raced.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he's held it together. He's been pretty much flawless the whole way through.
Yep. He's just been the two of them together, and it's been an absolute pleasure commentating on the races because it's just been so easy because there's been so many battles going on, and tonight at least I was able to showcase a little bit more of the GT4 racing as well, whereas I haven't had before because I've been concentrating on other ones. So yeah, it was good. Well, I don't really know what to say to try and cheer you up, but thank you for coming on and at least being honest, and people can see the downside to sim racing sometimes where things don't go your way and you just kind of need to accept it in some way, shape and form. I think is the best.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately,
with technical stuff, there's very little you can do to stop it.
That's it. It is what it is at the end of the day, unfortunately. Right, okay, go and try and enjoy what's left of your evening, and
absolutely.
I'll speak to you soon, mate.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Have a good rest of your evening, mate.
Cheers.
In a bit.
See ya. Right, we are going to have one more. Lucas, what a race you've had. Oh my god, like lap for lap, amazing. We do have a special guest on board. We have Mr. Hayden Sweet. Good evening.
Good evening. How are we doing?
I don't know if I've got a voice left very soon. I was
I honestly, wow, just wow. What an absolute end to an amazing championship. To be that close at the very end was
it's
wow.
45 minutes. I struggle with the 25-minute race, so I don't know how they did that for 45 minutes. It's just
no.
But it showcases how good the we have Owen, who's a very, very fast driver, but we've also got Kiko, who's very fast. And then you've got Peter Romeo and David Mandelisi fighting further down, and then you've got the GT4s fighting. So it's great to see a huge skill set all fighting with each other. I think it's just been a great championship for me.
1,000,000%. I just wanted to come on here. I don't want to take any limelight away from anybody else. It was more just to say thank you to every single driver that has raced, whether you could race in one event or all 4 or all 5. How many there have been? I've lost count now. I think 4.
4.
Thank you so much to everybody who's took part in this. I'm now poor because I'm having to gift memberships every single time there's no red flag. So please have a bloody red flag sometime, so I don't have to spend £15 of my hard-earned cash on my own channel, effectively, to get a little kickback at the end of each month. Nah, I'm joking, obviously.
Man.
An epic race from everybody, and more importantly, Mac, thank you for the commentary. I'm not saying no one said anything to you to say to you. I just wanted to come on here and just, from me, thank you for taking your time out and effectively doing this and making it an amazing watch to everybody. So thank you for that as well.
That's very kind of you. It's been so easy to commentate in this championship. Not that the rest of the championships haven't, but this, when things are unfolding in front of you, it's just so exhilarating, and it's easy to get excited because you've got two people driving, for the championship, and then you've got the GT4 championships fighting for each other, and what I do have to say is a huge thank you to the stewards for turning up every week and doing this. Thank you to Hayden for organising this. Hayden does so much work behind the scenes that nobody knows about, and he never asks for any limelight or anything like that. But if it wasn't for Hayden, we wouldn't be here in this community, and this community wouldn't be thriving the way it is. So certainly from all the drivers that I've spoken to, they've always thanked TOGA, so that's definitely a huge thank you to you for that. So
yeah, no, appreciate that. No, it's a team effort at the end of the day.
Yep.
Just because it says I'm at the top saying I'm the owner doesn't mean it's my way or no way. But no, 100%. Who wants a season 3 of Multiclass Championship? I think that's a possibility. I think we might get that put live in a few days. I know I've already set this up. If anyone's still watching, I know there's not many people still watching, so you've got to stay to the end.
Exactly.
A bit of a sneak peek right now.
A bombshell, right? It's like
I have dropped a little bombshell there, haven't I? No,
I
have set up a season 3 of Multiclass Championship ready for the new year. So it won't be long until that gets put out on SimGrid. So watch your space, everybody. Don't leave this score just because the championship's over. Stay tuned, because I think next year it's. And if you want another little bit of information, 6 weeks with a dropped round, I believe, is something we're looking to trial, and maybe a little bit of BOP in there as well. I don't know. We'll just little sprinkling of BOP.
My
God! I didn't want to drop it too, but I won't say anything else. I won't say anything else. But yeah, no, 100%. We will probably. We definitely will be doing a season 3.
Yeah.
The season 1 wasn't very popular, if I'm being completely honest. I think we only really had about 6 or 7 GT4s turn up regularly. But this season, both classes really, if I'm honest, have been almost. Okay, this week was a little bit low, but that's what happens at the end of a championship when you can't win it. People just don't bother turning up. But to have 13 or 12 or 11 GT4s and 13 GT3s, that's such a good mix of cars.
Absolutely.
So it's not like there was only 4 GT4s.
No,
it was a good mix.
And then and that was the hilarious part, is you had Owen and Kiko battling for first, trying to get past Jones and Lichten, who were battling for first as well, and it was like you're like, oh my god, like, please, nobody.
It's epic.
Yeah, and well, we have Peter Romeo and Big Milker have both said in the chat, yes, season 3, please.
Well, also, we can't let Owen hold this championship title for too long. He's not going to be able to get through a door now because his head's going to be so big. So let's try and take it off of him as much as possible, as quickly as possible, I should say. So
exactly.
No, I haven't said anything. Congratulations, Owen. Well done, guys. Gallo, what a great drive as well. Peter, again, what a fantastic drive. I'm not sure the GT4s who won it. Was it Jones that won the GT4s? I'm not sure it was, or was it Is it Lichstein?
I've been calling him Lichten, like he's Scottish or something like that.
Okay. So I'm not sure. Lucas, he's actually above us in the interview waiting room to keep you up even longer.
That's all right. That's all right. No, so I think Lucas won because Gasolina didn't take part, and Jones was 30 points behind. So Lucas has won that.
But wow! It was epic. I'm actually probably gonna watch the last few laps again once it's finished, because it was so close to watch. And at one point, I thought Gallo was going to wipe Owen out. Yeah, and me and Daryl sitting there stewarding, going, no, please, we all want to go to bed soon. I'll leave you guys to it, because obviously I know there's someone up there who actually raced, who wants to have a say how they got on. But yeah, it's just from me. Thank you so much, and watch out for season 3 of Multiclass and backwards championship. I see that, Peter.
Yeah,
I haven't forgotten about that little comment. For me, that was a great championship, but for others not so much. But I think we will do that as well.
Yeah,
but I'll let you go. I know I don't want to keep everyone up too much longer. I know everyone needs to go to bed. But Mac, thank you so much for doing comms, mate, and for all the drivers who raced, and viewers as well.
Yes.
And enjoy your memberships. I'm not going to eat now for a week. Thank you very much.
A tin of tomato soup.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be up in the bins trying to get some food out of the bins because enjoy your memberships. I'm joking. Right, good night, guys.
Right, good night, Hayden. Take care.
See you later on. Bye. You. See you. Bye.
There we go. So there's a little bit of a teaser for next year. We have got Mr. GT4 Multiclass Championship winner, Mr. Lucas. Hello.
Hello.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That was a mighty race between you and Jones tonight. Wow.
That's an understatement.
There was a bit, and I was saying this to Hayden just a minute ago, where Kiko and Owen were coming up behind you as you two were battling for first place as well. And I'm like, oh my God, like, how's this going to end? Is it all going to be catastrophes? But wow, I mean, your McLaren on the straights was just so much faster than the Ginetta, but Jones was on you every single corner, every exit. He was right on your bumper. I mean, how did you cope for 45 minutes? Lucas is now brain dead and not really even know what his name is.
No, I do. Experience, I would say. I've been there, done it, kind of, but like, it wasn't like the advantage that I had on the straights made this like at least doable mentally, but like the main big problem was the section of past the new pit straight, heading into heading up to Village, because he was so much faster in this section than me, and he could like launch from like a car length back on the outside and then attempt into that corner on me, and then because it's the outside becomes the inside of the next corner. Right, yep. And then this made it like he got past me once because of that, and I basically only got back by him because both of us went off on turn 1.
Yeah.
And I was a bit faster out of turn. That short straight was enough for me to run the gap back down to get side by side.
Yep.
And then we went side by side into the S's. We gave each other enough room, and it's just I got just about in front of him again.
I honestly, every time I looked at the timing screen, I seen your names changing constantly. And I knew exactly where you were in the track because every single time you swap positions at the same point, going into the loop and things like that. And I'm like,
yes.
I didn't know where to go because Gallo was obviously really close to Cripps, but Jones was on your bumper as well. And I'm like, I genuinely don't know what one to look at just now because, as I say, it was just so close. But yeah, I mean, how do you feel the championship went?
I don't know. It hasn't like set in, I guess.
Yeah.
It feels also kind of wrong because it's also because Jones got disconnected on round 1.
Yeah.
Like, even if I had beaten him there, like he would have gotten a P2 finish, 1-2 races and another P2. He would actually beat me.
Yeah.
So it's like
that could have happened to you, or it could have happened to Graham Potter. It could have happened to anyone. So it's you need to take the win when it comes, kind of thing. And have you got a small bottle of champagne to spray about your room? And we'll send a cup or something.
We occasionally in Germany refer to not bottled water, tap water as Hahnenheimer Spätlese.
Right. Okay.
As like it's like referring to it as like tabbed.
Oh right. Okay.
Tabbed. Hahnheim, like tab, Hahn in German.
Right.
So like from like a location like Hahnenheim.
Oh right, okay,
yeah. And like a in Spätlese it would be like a wine that you pick late.
Oh right, okay, right. I see what you mean. Yeah.
The refreshing Hahnheimer Spätlese.
Some cheap wine, basically. Oh, amazing. Yeah, I mean,
water, but it feels like wine.
Oh, you absolutely deserve it. It was such a close battle, and all the way through. I mean, I'm just looking. Your first race, you won. Second race at Suzuka, you came P3. race 3, you came P2 and you've come P1 again. So it's all about consistency at the end of the day. And I know that obviously Callum had the disconnect, but you were just so consistent. And the both of yous, if you had made one mistake, Callum Jones would have got past you, and you didn't.
Yeah,
so,
that was the real pressure. It's like I ran a few times,
You
like
did.
coming out of the S's,
You did.
a bit into the grass there.
Yeah.
That was close. There were a few times close. And also, like, what made this race a bit more comfortable, I guess, because Gisu was missing, because he was challenging me for the championship.
That's right.
Here.
Yep, he was. Yep.
Unfortunately, he didn't turn up, because that would have been interesting to see where he would mix up the field.
Absolutely, and you could really have ended up with a 3-way battle for 45 minutes.
A 4-way. I mean, Potter was there.
Oh yes,
at least the first stint.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. So, well, congratulations, Lucas. It was a great win, and you deserve the championship. So, well done. Go and have a drink of some cheap wine.
Water.
Okay, Lucas.
What did that make like? Did that make sound like wine?
Oh man, I know how you feel. Okay, Lucas, thank you so much for popping in, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye bye. Right. Wow. That's more driver interviews than Formula One. So, thank you so much to everybody who has liked, subscribed, become a member, who's been watching, commenting, voting on Driver of the Day. Thank you so much to everybody. I've really enjoyed this. I will be back tomorrow night with Julius from 8 p.m. British summertime for the Porsche Championship, or the Porsche Cup GB. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.